So we are less than 24 hours away from the global release of Red Dead Redemption 2, and as we go closer, more and more information keeps rising to the surface. In the past 24 hours, there was an article from Variety where they sort of sat down with the developers and they talked about the past 8 years. They talked about the behind the scenes of the story and how they wanted to intertwine all the different characters and stuff. So in this video, I'm going to just sort of go over that article, break down all the major key points, and just sort of talk about what we can maybe expect from the story coming from the developers. So let's get into it. So a team of nearly 2,000 people spent 8 years working to breathe life into 22 other members of the gang in a way that is meant to provide depth to Morgan and give the world that he inhabits meaningful friends, all of whom have their own powerful stories. And then it goes on to say, we had to be careful not to John it up too much, referring to John Marston, who was the beloved central character of Red Dead Redemption, but this is one of the 23 meaningful characters, and notably not one of the controlled by the players in the prequel Red Dead Redemption 2. So you won't be playing as John Marston, obviously, so I guess if you had hopes for that, they can already nip it in the bud right off the bat. We don't want to disappoint people. He was a character who has really resonated. It's exciting to have him back playing a different character, but it's also a bit of a challenge, but it's a good challenge to have. People who played the first game will know Marston's stories, or at least they think they do. Maybe John Marston isn't the guy that we all thought he was. He's probably some just douchebag. I mean, he was part of this gang. He obviously did some pretty messed up stuff to be part of this gang. I mean, I'm pretty excited to see what's going to happen to John Marston before you actually play with him. I mean, it was a pretty long, exciting journey for John Marston in the second game. Like, I'm excited to see how you interact with him and what kind of choices you can make. Like, do you come across as a douchebag against him? Can you be nice to him? I just wonder how involved he actually is. Then they go on to say that work on Red Dead Redemption 2 started right after the work on Red Dead Redemption wrapped up back in 2010. Dan Houser and a handful of other key people started fleshing out what the game would be, Nelson said. So as soon as Red Dead Redemption was done, they started working on this game. So this game has 8 years of development behind it. Like, that is a long time to work and perfect a video game. I don't know if you guys remember, but this game has actually been delayed like once or twice, maybe? I think twice. It was actually announced in the spring, I'm pretty sure. And I think everybody was trying to go out and pre-order and stuff, and they were all excited, and then they're like, nope, we're going to move back to October. So with them postponing it, hopefully it's been polished quite a bit. I think that was probably a PR stunt. I mean, you don't postpone it that much if you don't know, I mean, they knew ahead of time, like, hey, this isn't finished. I think they were just doing that to hype people up, because they did the same thing with GTA. But yeah, that's a long time to work on a game, so hopefully it's as good as we all hope it is. In terms of the development, he goes on to say, but it was actually Grand Theft Auto 5 that had the greatest impact on Red Dead Redemption 2. So they had the 3 people, and you could switch back and forth, and it told 3 different stories. So they liked that idea, but they wanted to implement that in Red Dead without switching around. Like, they wanted you to experience all these different characters, but through the eyes of Arthur Morgan, the main character. Then it goes on to say, so instead of playing as several characters as you did in Grand Theft Auto 5, you will play as one who experiences a lot of change both through his actions and his interactions with others. That decision, Nelson said, shaped everything about Red Dead Redemption 2, from the story to its characters to the systems that needed to be created to give life to both. So yeah, they're taken from Grand Theft Auto and their storytelling aspect, and they're just applying it to this Western game. It feels to me that, I mean, they keep hitting on these decisions that you have to make, and they keep making that such a big deal. To me, it sounds like kind of like Mass Effect. I hope that your decisions have as much weight as like Mass Effect would. Like, anytime you made a decision in Mass Effect, you actually felt like your decision mattered. I want to feel like my decisions matter in this game. Like, if I make a bad decision, I want it to come back to haunt me. If I help somebody out, I want that person to maybe come back later. So I really hope that these decisions mean as much as what they say that they're going to. Then they continue on to say, we wanted a fully living gang society that the player would interact with for a long time, and which evolves in a way that evolves through the story. Every character was necessary structurally and interesting to us. We actually cut a couple who didn't add enough early in development, noting that the themes of both games are ones that most people can relate to on some level. I don't think I'm giving too much away when I say that the gang at the end of the game feels very different from what it did at the beginning, both in terms of vibe and numbers. Every member of the gang goes through their own transformation, for better or for worse. And then the rest of the article goes on to talk about how the camps are a huge part of the game. It goes on to say like how the different gang members are there and how you can interact with them and how you can help them out, and you can do sort of like all these different missions, and it comes down to like a choice. They said that some of the stuff is optional, but I think their goal was to, like, as you interact with these camps and you upgrade the camps, they want you to feel like it's a family. So you really, like, get close with these gang members. And I feel that that's probably going to come back to bite you in the butt in the end. Because if you get really close with these members, and, I mean, ultimately, if you've played the first game, you kind of know what happens to the gang. Because this is a prequel to the first one, obviously. And there's a lot of people that don't know that. They think that this is actually a sequel because, believe it or not, there's a lot of people that haven't played the first one that are actually interested in this one. I get comments all the time asking me about that. So, yeah, this is indeed a prequel. So it is going to be interesting how players interact with the gang because, like I said, they want you to get to know all the members individually, and they want you to do the different side quests and stuff for each character, and it's looking pretty interesting. I mean, like I said, we're less than 24 hours away, and as I'm recording this video, some of you guys already have the game as I speak, so... I mean, the hype's real. It's getting pretty close, guys, and I can't wait to jump in and upgrade my camp. And one of the reasons I'm so excited for the camps is that I am a huge fan of, like, building stuff. Like, when it comes to, like, Minecraft, I used to play that when I was younger. I would build huge stuff. I was a fan of Fallout 4. I would build epic settlements with mods and stuff, like on my PC. I would build settlements so big that it would crash. I did that on my Xbox and I did that on my PC. So I am a fan of building. So if I can upgrade my camp and if I can change the decorations and stuff, then I think that'll be pretty epic. And hopefully they carry that over to Red Dead Redemption Online so that I can, like, build a camp and then show it off to other players. I think that would be pretty sick. But yeah, that's basically going to do it for this video. Let me know what you guys think of all this stuff down in the comments below. If you guys have the game, please avoid posting any spoilers. I will not put up with spoilers. I will remove the comments and you will be blocked. Like, I do not put up with spoilers on this channel. But if you are new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell for notifications. I am going to be covering a lot of Red Dead Redemption from here on out. I will be doing tips and tricks and Easter eggs and guides and all kinds of stuff. Obviously, I will be covering news. Be sure to join the Swanee Plays Games Discord. We talk about different video games and stuff, obviously, and I'd like to grow that community, and I'd like more of you guys to join that community as well. And yeah, I don't know if it's up yet, but I just got approved to get the join button so you guys could become a sponsor and you get special badges and stuff in the comment section. So if you want to help support the channel, then you can hit join and you get those special privileges, and you get badges, and you get exclusive videos, and you get, like, private streams and stuff. And that's gonna do it for me, and I'll talk to you guys next time.